Alright guys, I'll show you my vinyl pickups over the past 2.5 or 3 months now. I've got quite a bit to show, so we'll dive right into it. This is actually one of the second to last purchases I made last month. These are original master sleeves, inner sleeves that is. You get 50 sleeves in this package here. These were apparently recommended by the Library of Congress online, so I went ahead and got them. They have other products you can buy, cleaning solutions, a cartridge alignment tool, LP stylus cleaner, which you don't really need, and a record brush, which is actually essential to keeping your records clean. And there's instructions on how to use that. These sleeves are really nice. They look like this on the outer edge. They have an arrow pointing where you can pull your record from the actual sleeve. They have, it's like all, what is it made out of? They protect against scratching, static buildup, dust, and dirt. So they work really well. They're paper on the inside of this inside, and then the outside is lined with, what is it? Plastic or polystyrene or poly something. I forget what it's called. I'll just put the materials it's made out of in the description. Now, the only bad thing about the sleeves is, and this is not an actual sleeve, this is just the packaging it came in. The sleeves are inside here. Use most of them so far on my records, just to protect the very valuable ones. Anyways, the only bad downside to these is the inside corner that you put into the actual record, the album sleeve. It will kind of bend, but you can easily slide them in and out of your LP sleeves really easily. So, well worth your money, and they're not super expensive. First record here is a promo copy of Alice in Chains, Tripod. This is their self-titled album. I've already mentioned the hit songs on here when I showed the CD, but I got this promo copy for a good price. That's why I picked it up. I was going to get it sealed, but that cost far more money than I actually wanted to pay. So there you go. A bootleg Nirvana Live. This is an audience shot, or audience recorded concert. It's live at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Recorded April 10th, 1990. So, really good show. It sounds really good on record too. I've never heard it in the MP3 format, and the record sounds a little bit better. Don't expect anything super spectacular though. Official first pressing of Nirvana's Nevermind, according to the seller that sold me this Nirvana lot. Sounds awesome, just very well balanced, good natural recording sound. Skips on one song, but that's okay. Picture disc of Nirvana's Come As You Are. This is a special limited edition 12-inch picture disc. Has all the tracks that come on one of the CDs of the single, and that is Come As You Are, Endless Nameless. Those two are studio tracks, and School. Doesn't have Drain You on here. I think I believe the CD version of it has Drain You. But that's an original pressing as well. There are bootlegs of all of these, unfortunately. All these albums I'm about to show anyways, that I know of. Original 90s pressing of In Utero. I believe this is the American pressing because they're all not colored vinyl. And I've talked about the track listing on here when I reviewed it, the album, fairly recently. And a long time ago when I reviewed Nirvana's catalog in the album retrospective videos. You have Heart Shaped Box, Scentless Apprentice, Dumb, Rape Me, Francis Farmer, Have Her Revenge on Seattle, Very Ape, Milk It. Pretty much all the songs on here are, just rockin' and kick ass, in my opinion. First pressing of Nirvana Unplugged in New York. I made sure these were original pressings from the seller. I used to have this on CD. I don't own it anymore on CD since the DVD came out, but really cool to own. It sounds fabulous on record. Now, this record was not remastered or reissued only in MP3 format on Amazon and maybe a couple other platforms like that, but untouched by any wrongdoing and remastering. You know, Loudness War, all that, and that's great. It's a great live album. This is 2 discs, has all the tracks that the CD has on it. Same pictures, they're not all in color like on the CD version on the inner sleeve, but that's okay, sounds fine. And I'm glad they did not mess with this album. Helps us collectors get, you know, good copies of the album. Oh, not yet. An original first pressing of Foo Fighters' self-titled album, put out by Roswell Records. This has also been re-released on CD, and there was a 1995 CD issue done. Remaster sounds fine. I think they could have left the sound alone, but that's okay. An original Megadeth, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good. I did try look into getting the German repressing of this, and it has the same cover and everything, just has remastered sound, which sounds really good. But this is the Combat issue MK, what is it? MK8015, according to the seller. This is rare. It is in fact not all that rare. It's actually common, because I saw another copy of it for a reasonable price. This record can go for some pretty good money. The original pressing, Combat pressing. I know there is some, Relatively Records versions of the album, which were put out by Sony Music a little bit later on, probably around 1990, that go for a decent amount of money. And like I said, the original pressings go for a decent amount of money, but I got paid a really good price on that. Here is 9 Inch Nails, Halo 13, The Day the World Went Away single. This has also been released on CD, but the track listing does differ on that version. You get The Day the World Went Away album version, Quiet, and Puerto Rick's remix, which is available on another single and this single. For a while there, it was only available on record. Really cool single though. I've seen it unpackaged. It looks great. This is really considered rare. 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile, 3 discs. Has all the same artwork as the CDs, a little bit more, but the booklet is the same. This is really heavyweight vinyl, and it sounds does sound better than the CDs. You do get some frequencies, like parts of music that you can't hear in the CD version at all, like bass frequencies, and just the album sound, overall sound of the instruments sound more, just more defined, more natural. The CD sounds just fine though. That'd be a great version for somebody to get that can't afford the vinyl, because the vinyl is considered rare and is very expensive. 9 Inch Nails Ghosts, I do have this on CD as well. This is another 3. No, this is 4 LPs, I'm sorry, it's very heavy too. Nearly 2 hours of all new music, soundtracks for daydreams. That excerpt comes from Mr. Reznor himself. This is sealed. The Day the World Went Away was sealed as well, and The Fragile was sealed. I decided to open it and listen to it. One of the discs. A new band, fairly new band in my book, White Denim, Corsicana Lemonade. Great record here. You do get a free digital album and artwork download with this purchase of the vinyl, which is cool. Put out by Downtown Records. These guys are supposedly from Austin, Texas, I believe. But great blues record here. You have like blues, rock and roll, alternative, all mixed into one. A little bit of soul type singing. Really cool. Did look into getting the MP3 of this, just the MP3. Then I said, no, I gotta have the record. And you can get it for a fair price too. A original sealed copy of Korn's Follow the Leader. Great artwork there by Todd McFarlane, guy that did I think he did the Spawn stuff, yeah. But awesome record here. I have it on CD, 2 different versions now, and I'll show that other version in a following pickups video. Meet me in part 2. But you can find this varying in price, from reasonable to very high prices. I was able to get this and another record, which I'll show here in part 2.